Hello friends, good evening and welcome back to my channel Infinite Trade. So let's discuss about Nifty and Bank Nifty for tomorrow. I'm not recording any separate video for weekly analysis because I should have done that yesterday. Uh, but I was a little busy yesterday because I had purchased a new car and I had to go to take a delivery. So let's see how Nifty and Bank Nifty is performing and what should be the plan for the coming week and tomorrow, because day after tomorrow we have the budget day. So let's just analyze what sort of reaction can we get from the budget day. Okay, so let's begin. So the first thing over here is looking at the chart pattern. Okay, so let me just give you a brief overview of how the chart looks, uh, because I may have a different view and you may have a different view. So I'm just letting you know what my view is. So the first thing is, so I'm discussing Nifty because overall we focus on Nifty if we have to talk about any positional movement on any side. So let's see what Nifty has done. So definitely we were in a bull rally for the past 2 years, and Nifty recovered from 7,500 to almost 18,600. So this was the first stop that Nifty made, okay, in the year 2021. Then what happened is we saw a steep fall, which almost came down to 16,400. Then we saw a big rally. Okay, I don't know how many of you remember, but when this rally came uh, in my Telegram channel, I had clearly told you that market is moving up without FIIs. So I had given an example that when we were child or we were children. So what we used to do is whenever parents are not at home, we used to enjoy and we used to become the king of the house. So definitely, market happened similar. Uh, the behavior was similar. So when the FIIs, so FIIs, I consider them to be the parents of our stock market. So when they were not around, we took the market up. So that upside rally was from this point until this point. Okay, so I think this particular day was 31st December. Okay, so then we know that from the first week of Jan, definitely we have them working. They were out of their vacation mode. Then we saw this further rally, but this entire rally was without them. So when FIs are not a part of this rally, imagine what happens. First of all, there is no cash buying from them. Okay, and secondly, the volumes are less. So when market is making a sudden move on the upper side without much of volume and without much of cash buying, obviously the market has to come down to that place because it cannot sustain, because there was no money put in here so that when the market is falling, people defend their position. So there was nothing like that. Okay, so hence we are back to the same place again. 16,400 is here and we made a low of 16,800, just about 400 points away we are. But what is the problem at the moment? We already have a double top kind of a pattern. So if you look this on a bigger time frame, it is making a proper double top kind of a pattern. So far we are here. Okay, so whenever you see a double top pattern, it is usually like this. I always tell my students or my followers that the second top should be smaller because that confirms a better shape of double top. So that is what the data built up is at the moment. And secondly, what happens is this area becomes a supply zone. Okay, so this entire area, this becomes a supply zone. So that is the biggest issue. Why I'm telling you that supply zone? Because from the month of October, FIs are constantly selling in the cash market. They have already sold about, I think it was close to 1.7 crores. You may check that even from your side. So they are constantly selling. So there was no buying from them in this rally, but they are definitely selling from their portfolio. So whenever they get this opportunity at the top, they are not missing this opportunity, but definitely using it for selling. So this kind of a pattern where we see this double top kind of a pattern, what happens is then becomes more and more difficult to break it sooner. Okay, I'm not saying that we cannot go up, but the kind of rally we saw in the year 2020 second half and 2021, the entire rally that we saw, trust me, I don't think so we'll be able to see such a rally going forward. So one of our brother from our team, his name is Prasad, so he was asking me if Nifty will fall to 15400. And trust me, if we would have fallen to 15400, then this reversal wouldn't have come. Okay, why? Because that was an important support, and that is a demand zone where every other Tom, Dick, and Harry is waiting to invest at that point. Okay, so even I'm planning to invest hell lot of money into the market if I get it around 15400, and from there, even if it goes to 15,000, I'll be happy to invest more. So everyone is waiting for Nifty to come to that place so that people can invest. But it should have come when it was at 16,400. If it would have fallen 1,000 points more, then I think we would have had a tremendous rally this year. But since now this particular area is like a supply zone, 2022 is going to be, it is not going to perform the way we performed before. So we may just see consolidation within bigger ranges. So that is quite possible. So for trading, it is definitely good, but for investors, I think 2022 is going to be a little tough. Okay, now let's just quickly talk about the data built up for tomorrow. So again, the data is surprising to me. Look at this. It was Friday, right? So Friday, we usually see that we hardly get any data in participant wise OI. Like the data is very minimal because the most of the data buildup happens on Monday. So the trend or the speculation is decided on Monday. Friday, people keep their positions light because Saturday and Sunday there is holiday, and a lot of people do not wish to take overnight risk because 2 days of holiday, anything can happen around the world. So Friday usually the data buildup is less, but imagine we have on Tuesday we have budget day, and definitely we are going to expect volatility ahead. But even on a Friday, FIs have closed their future long and created 17,745 future shorts. This is a huge number considering Friday. So this was a first surprise to me. Okay, however, let me just tell you one thing. I think I never spoke about this. So whenever we check market directions using the derivatives, so there are two parts. Okay, one is we check with futures, and the other is we check with options. Okay, so our first priority should always be options, and futures are second priority. But what happens in future is, uh, why it is second priority? Because futures uh, speculation or the momentum or the movement with regards to future, it comes late, but with options it is going to be immediate. So if I have to give you an example to understand it better, so imagine that uh, we have 8,000 future long, and then we have 5,000 future long, then we have 10,000 future long. Okay, so future long is being built up slow and steadily, but at the same time we also have say 20,000 call short, then 15,000 call short, So the data buildup is continuing to be on the short side in the options. So what happens is, during that time the market is definitely going to come down, but at the same time they are accumulating their futures. So whenever it is going to reverse, then the movement is going to be sharp. But this movement comes later, and this movement comes at the first. Okay, so keep this in mind. I just, like, I was, when I was going through the data, I just realized that I never spoke about this. So but the main objective here is the future short positions is still continuing from FII, and that is surprising. And I did not expect this number on a Friday while we have budget day on Tuesday. So this is something surprising to me. So the data from FIs are still bearish, considering even the budget day. Since we can have a lot of volatility, their option positions are not that strong, but however, they have call sell. So that number is also huge. Okay, so even on a Friday, if you look at call options, 36,239 long and 73,000 short. Again, a huge number from FI. And people who follow me or follow my videos thoroughly, they may agree to this point that in any Friday we haven't seen such a huge number, 37,000. We usually see around 8k to 14k or 15k max. We never saw such a huge position being built on a Friday, and that too directional when budget days coming closer. Okay, so this is something which I wanted to put this in all of your mind. So I'm not making you think bearish, or I'm not making you feel bearish, but definitely, at this point we shouldn't have so much of bearish numbers around us, but somehow we have that. And if you look at pros, we have some future long, a lot of call sell, and again a lot of put buy. So again, good numbers from pros, but usually even on Fridays pros take these kind of numbers. So this is not surprising, but definitely they are also bearish. But what is good at this point of time is future long in stocks. Okay, so stock future long. So FIs were continuously selling in stock future, but this is the first time we saw a positive number. But again, if you remember the point that I told you all earlier, future will always have the reaction later. Okay, so this reaction to come, we need FIIs to buy futures at least for the next 2 weeks, and then maybe we'll see a positive reaction in the market. But as of now, things look bearish definitely. So this is my view on the data part. So tomorrow's view also continues to remain bearish from both FIIs and pros. Okay, but the only thing is FIIs don't hold long puts, so that means they're not expecting a significant fall. But looking at pros position, they are expecting maybe a gap down or something like that. Okay, but definitely the market is bearish mode at the moment. And one more thing I wanted to tell you all, I think tomorrow we may see some aggressive moves in Nifty. Okay, aggressive moves. So even tomorrow and even on the budget day, I'm expecting some aggressive move in Nifty and not in Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty may remain. So obviously, when Nifty is falling heavily, Bank Nifty has to fall, but it is not going to contribute towards the fall that Nifty is having. So maybe some other sectors may be the participant to take Nifty down. But the only thing is the directional trade that you guys are going to plan should be in Nifty, so that it follows a proper trend. Okay, so this is all about the participant wise OI. Let's quickly discuss the option chain so that the video is not big. So if you look at the option chain, see, this is Nifty, and resistances are stronger. So even on a, so I'm again repeating myself because budget is near, and people are taking aggressive shots. Okay, so call options are aggressive, and if you look at puts, put writers are sitting far away from each other. So this is what is fear. So definitely we have fear this side, and people are slightly confident this side. Okay, but I'm not telling you that the market will definitely fall on a budget day, but this time we are going to see some aggressive moves on the budget day. So if you check historical data, only I think last year uh, we made a significant recovery during the budget day, and that recovery continued for another 3 or 4 days. So that was a tremendous recovery that we saw in during the budget day last year. But apart from that, almost 90% of the budget day was a little silent. So whenever you do short straddle in the budget day, people made money. Only the last time people did not make money. And you may see a lot of YouTubers coming up and telling you that there is a possibility market may not move on a budget day, and you may take a short straddle position or something like that, and once the IV crashes, you can make money. So that's definitely a good idea. But looking at the data setup, I'm not expecting market to be silent on the budget day. Definitely we can expect some big moves. Okay, so but which side, that I cannot tell you, because data is towards the downside. But if there is any positivity, then we may see short covering from the big players. Then that may bring the market up. So in both the cases, we can definitely see a significant move. I'm at least expecting around 600 points move in Nifty one side. It can be either up or it can be the down. So I'm just giving you all a hint, and I've already told you that Nifty's movement can be aggressive during the budget day and even for tomorrow. Okay, and one more thing what I noticed in Nifty is, this is something which I've been discussing with the people who connect with me. So the monthly expiry Feb, so this is 16,500. We have a huge open interest at 16,500. See, most of the people will tell you that if the monthly option has 16,500 has the highest number, people say that there is a good support at 16,500. Okay, and if you look at these, people will say in the month of future people are not selling call options, so definitely they are bullish. But my view is totally opposite. Okay, why it is opposite? Think as an option trader. If you are a positional option trader, what an option trader does is he will sell the current week expiry, and to hedge his position he will buy the far week expiry. So for me, this is not selling, but this is completely buying. Okay, so when buying, so obviously someone has sold, hence we have this number. But this signifies that market has more chance to go towards the downside. Because why I'm telling you that, a lot of people will tell you that this is support. It could be a support, but imagine it. We are currently at 1700. So obviously when the market comes to 16,500, the buyers will book their profits. Okay, then the market may show some bounce, but we cannot hold on our position for a 600 point fall, right? So always keep this in mind. The monthly option chain, if you see, consider the bigger numbers as buyers and not sellers. Okay, this is something which I wanted to share with you. So yes, so option chain data in Nifty is showing that fearful and downside, and slightly confident on the upside. Let's quickly check out Bank Nifty and discuss the chart and close this video. I think it is getting a bit longer, but please don't mind. The only reason is I wanted to share you some things. That's why. So if you look at Bank Nifty is also similar. The call side resistances are showing some confidence here. But if you look at the put side, people are sitting far away from each other, and that too in lesser numbers. So again, fear on the downside. Okay, so almost the option chain is similar for Nifty and Bank Nifty. Now let's quickly discuss the charts and finish the video. So I'm just putting it in back into 15 minutes, and this is what happened in Nifty. So Nifty actually did a bull trap on Friday. So this was an important level. So this is the same level that I shared in the video, 17285. So Nifty gave a gap up and it went fast higher. It gave a retest here. So even I was of an opinion that I think we should buy Nifty. Okay, because if you remember, I had told you people have taken some aggressive positions in Nifty and not in Bank Nifty. But then it was continuously sustaining, but the sustenance did not had that strength. So then I changed my mind that because what happens is always whenever a resistance is broken and if market sustains there for at least 30 minutes, then it usually goes up. But here if you see the entire day, it was just over 17,285, and obviously your mindset changes and it tells you that okay, the market can be bullish. But what I decided is I was waiting for one candle, a 15-minute candle, to close above this high, but that did not happen throughout the day. And what happened is it immediately broke 285, and from there an immediate fall until the last swing that was made on the Thursday. So now tomorrow if we open within this range and if we break 17,106, then that fall is going to stop here. Okay, and we have already taken 2 times support, so the chances of breaking this is also high. But maybe since we have a budget day day after, there are chances that we may not break this and we may close the day at this point. But in case if we open flat and we break this, we are definitely going to buy a put option here, and your target should be this place. Any upside trade right now I would say avoid, but you can take an upside trade only when Nifty crosses 17,200. Okay, so a 15-minute candle close above 17,200, definitely you can take an upside trade. Your target should be somewhere around 17,340. So this is my view for Nifty. Now let's quickly check on Bank Nifty. So if you look at Bank Nifty is following this sort of a channel that I identified. So if we open flat and if we break this, so this area is going to be around, let's quickly check that. Oh, sorry. This particular area is 37,580. Okay, so if Bank Nifty closes below 37,580, then we can buy a put here. Then your immediate target can be somewhere close to 37,000. But since we have tested 37,000 a lot of times, this time we can break it. But like I said in Nifty, we may not trade this portion tomorrow because we have a budget next day, so we can book our targets around 37,000. Okay, and when should we buy Bank Nifty? Bank Nifty, I wouldn't suggest you to buy. The only reason is this also consolidated here. It made a small supply zone and then it broke this. So even if we kind of move from this place, so buying should be only initiated above 38,000, and then you have an immediate resistance at 38,200. So the upside scope is limited. So in case if we break this, we can take the downside trade, but let's avoid upside trade at least for tomorrow. So this is my view on Nifty and Bank Nifty, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope I have shared some learning also. Let's meet in another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.